I'm posting to get content out for people. And if I change one person's life and I get a thank you, that's worth to me $1 million. In business, you're gonna get these ups and downs, and you're gonna be frustrated, and you're gonna be like, what do I do? But it only takes that one break. That's why I tell people, you have a list of 20 things. Just do one at a time. Don't even look at the second one until the first one's done. After you finish one, it starts to give you momentum. And it's not just momentum, it's confidence. I work every goddamn day, and I never take a goddamn day off. And guess what's gonna happen?
And we're back. Are you broke? Do you have bills? Do you have debt? Are you an entrepreneur? Yes, you are. Everyone in Los Angeles is. All of you guys have podcasts. All of you guys have merch. All of you guys have startups. I know you do. And you're on the internet going, how do I scale my business? How do I grow my business? Well, today, we have one of the top multimillionaire entrepreneur. He has built over 10 super successful businesses out here all across the US. He is a public speaker. If you're in the top 1 percentile, you know his name. Please, you guys, give it up for the amazing David Rivero. Woo!
Wow, I like that. I like that intro. That was nice. That was a nice intro.
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So David, let's start from the top. I've heard your story twice now, and the second time I heard it was at www.thegrowthtalks.com, which is your event that you are throwing, which is insane. Let's talk about that.
Awesome. Yeah, I throw a monthly mastermind networking event at my home in Beverly Hills, and you attended, and it's a whole bunch of entrepreneurs. Everyone in there are entrepreneurs, people that want to scale, grow their business, make more money, network with like-minded multimillionaires, and just learn and network.
Yes. Amen. We all need to be going to this event, you guys. It is, you get your notes out on your phone and you just take notes. You meet people, you say hello, you stir that cauldron, you just stir the energy and open those doors and manifest. I have a million questions. A million questions for a millionaire. Can you tell us your story really quick just so that people can get to know you? Okay.
Well, just like everyone has a dark story when they start. Mine was dark as well. I actually, for some miracle, I actually got a bachelor's degree in college. I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. But growing up, I come from immigrant parents. My parents were from Bolivia in South America. And they didn't speak any English, so school was hard for me. So like junior high, high school, I did really bad in school. So going to college was like a miracle for my parents. They were like, oh, how the hell did this happen, right? Yeah. So it was a good thing. I graduated, and then when I graduated, I got my first job out of corporate America, and guess what happened? I got fired. So I got my bachelor's degree, got fired from my first job, and then it kind of, after that, I was kind of bummed, so I went out in Hollywood with some of my friends, partied, got drunk, like an idiot, tried to drive home, got pulled over by a cop, got a DUI, went to jail in downtown LA. So I'm in jail with like gang members, criminals, and I'm young, I'm in my 20s. I just graduated from college, first job. I'm scared shitless. I'm in jail. I feel like the biggest loser, but it was like a wake-up call. I realized when I got fired from that job, because I had a lot of time to kind of just think. I couldn't sleep. And I was like, I need to start my own business. There's no such thing as job security. I went to college and got fired at my first job, and I worked hard, and I was like, I need to start my business. So that's what I did. I got out of jail, started my own business, and unfortunately, when you're young, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And I didn't know how to do marketing. I didn't know how to do sales. I didn't really have any skills yet. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have any coaches. So I was kind of just trying to figure everything out on my own. And that's where I went wrong. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I got in huge credit card debt. And I couldn't afford to pay my credit card bills. So then I filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, right? So I filed Chapter 7, which was awful, right? And then I couldn't afford to pay my rent. So I'm like, I can't pay rent. I have no money, no credit cards, no job. I had to move back in with my parents, my mom and dad. And this was embarrassing because, I had my college friends I went to college with, people I went to high school with. They're buying their first home, their first car, new watches, new clothes. I have no car, no credit cards, no assets, nothing. I'm living with my mom and dad. So I was kind of at the rock bottom. Besides going to jail, it was pretty rock bottom. This was like next level rock bottom.
Right.
And then I was there, and I told my mom and dad, I'm going to start another business. And my parents I'm Latino, I'm Hispanic, right? So my parents were like, no. Go get a job. You got a bachelor's degree. You have education. You can get a job anywhere, right? And I'm like, Mom, Dad, I did that, and I worked hard, and they fired me. And they're like, David, you just went bankrupt. You lost everything. Go get a job. And so my parents, unfortunately, didn't believe in me. So my mom and dad didn't believe in me. No one really believed in me. I was the only one that said, hey, I'm going to have to figure this out.
Yeah.
And when you're that young, you don't have any skills or anything, you're not even that confident in yourself. You're just kind of telling them that, hoping it happens, right? Because it's not like I had any success. So I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to figure it out. And then one day, I'm going to retire you. And then within about, 7 years, I retired my parents at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like for a lot of, especially the female singers out here in LA, it's the opposite for us. Like for me, for example, I moved to LA and immediately was signed and on the radio and doing shows.
Wow.
So, and obviously, like, my personal story, some of you guys know it's the worst. It's awful. But I think that's why I was so on fire. It was like, I have to make it or else I will die. And I did, quote unquote, make it in a sense. But when you have like that early on success and then, the rug gets pulled out from under you and it's like devastating. And then I signed 2 more deals after that. And I think what happens is burnout. And then I think lockdown happened and a lot of us artists are going, okay, how do we pivot? So it's quite the opposite when you kind of like start at the top of the mountain and then you have to and we hear stories of entrepreneurs and billionaires who hit it big and then go bankrupt and then hit it big and then lose everything again. So I just want to encourage everyone, if you've lost everything and you're starting from scratch, it's okay, because a lot of us are. Yeah. But that's exactly one of the reasons why I started the podcast, is because I was like, I'm really done running the engine dry trying to make money as a singer, because it is like a rat race. Yeah. And pretty much every musician I interview, they're not making money. They're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to sell merch. But it's like everyone has a side hustle.
100%.
Everyone. So my first question is, since I'm running a podcast, I have merchandise, I have a show coming up, I'm trying to sell tickets. For somebody like me, I'm really good at social media and I'm really good at like bringing people together and like being the personality or whatever. But what I'm missing is the marketing skills. And I think one of the things that stood out to me that you were saying is like, whatever you're not good at, hire somebody else to do it.
100%.
So where do we begin with hiring someone else to do what we cannot?
That's a great question.
Okay.
And every entrepreneur has their skill set. I have my skill set. Everyone has their. You're a great singer, right? You're great at social media. You have those skills. But now there's another skill, like you said, marketing, right? Where that you probably haven't done millions of dollars in campaigns and Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube or TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't, you don't have that skill.
Right.
Now let's say you hire an agency that works with other singers, other artists, other creators. And that's what they do. They're an agency that their whole goal is they work with creators, they work with musicians, artists, and they market them but paid ads, right?
Right.
So that's great that you do social. Continue to do that because that's going to grow. But if you want like crazy volume, you got to run ads.
Yeah.
Right. Because then you're going to get in, then you're going to get eyeballs because you're paying for it. It's a fact. It's a given. And then if one of these creatives that you do does great, let's say you run ads on Facebook or Instagram and you spend, I'm just simple math, $100 a day, but it makes you $400 a day. That's 4x your money, right?
Yeah.
4 times 30, and that's $12,000 a month, right? You're doing in gross sales and your cost is only $3,000, right? So you're netting $9,000 a month by just running some ads. That's only $100 a day.
Right.
But that's why I tell people, hire people that are good at things that you're not good at. Don't try to do everything, right? Because think about it. If you try to learn everything about marketing, let's say running Facebook ads and running content and learning how to do creatives, then your singing is gonna go down.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to put so much time into learning that skill. Now your core business that actually makes you money, that skill is gonna go downhill. You're not gonna be able to produce songs. You're not gonna, right?
Right.
There's only so many hours in a day. So I tell people you got to delegate the things that, number one, that you're not good at, and number two, that you don't like.
Right.
Right? If you don't like running ads and dealing with creatives and doing all thumbnails and all split testing A/B ads and looking at statistics all day, because that's what running ads is.
Right.
You're pretty much a stats junkie. And if you're not a computer stats junkie all day, then hire someone that is.
Yeah.
So I tell people that all the time, like creators, whatever you need to run ads to get to that next level. Unless obviously you're a Mr. Beast. I'm not sure if you know who Mr. Beast
I
is.
do.
Okay.
Who's like they're under fire right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, someone like that gets 50 billion views, right?
Yeah.
If you're posting videos, you get 50 billion, then hey, you don't need to probably run ads.
Right.
Because you're getting, but there's only a handful of those people out there that
Yeah.
could get that type of viewership, right?
Right.
Most of us can't.
Yeah.
So we have to run ads in conjunction with the social post.
Which brings me to another hot topic, which is collabs, especially with people that have huge followings. I mean, that's obviously the goal. When you're running a podcast, it's like if you can get a celebrity here and there, it makes such a huge difference because they have so many eyeballs on them. What is your advice for people who have a list? Like, let's say I have 10 celebrities that I want to reach out to. I honestly, I've had a few of them follow me on Twitter or I'm just going to say it. Whitney Cummings is one of my top dream collabs. Okay. One of her friends, I'm totally just calling myself out. Jessie Mae Peluso followed me on Twitter a couple years ago and asked me to do her show. Jessie Mae, hello. She told me a couple of times and then kind of dropped the ball. So what is your suggestion with like follow up or even like initiating a DM with a bigger star?
Great question. Anytime you're going to do any type of collaboration or joint venture or anything like that with anybody else, you need to show the benefits for them, not for you, right? So if I'm going to collab with you, right, I'm going to show you, if I wanted you to collab with me and I wanted your face to be my brand, I'm going to benefit you for my product. I'm going to go, look, I have this skincare product. This is going to be, you're going to be the face of this skincare product and you're going to get some profit sharing in this, right? So they have, and this is going to be a special package that only you sell. We're not even going to sell this on our stores. This is exclusive just for you, right? So now this isn't just, hey, an endorsement. This is like a partnership because I custom made a product that's just for you that you're going to believe in because you take this skincare product. It makes you look good. It makes you look younger. It's your baby. That's like more of a partnership.
Right.
And I don't know if you guys know that's what Michael Jordan did with Nike.
Right.
And that's how Nike blew up. Right?
Yeah.
The Air Jordans, right? They did a special shoe, a special line for Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan is what took Nike to the next level. Nike was getting ready to go bankrupt before they hired Michael Jordan. They weren't doing very well.
Yeah.
They put all their money and all their load into Michael Jordan, and they were like praying that it's going to turn out, right? And it did, right? They hit a home run. You can do the same thing. Creators, could go after that high level, celebrity.
Yeah.
And you got to do something special for them. Don't just have them, endorse my water that everyone has access to.
Right.
Have a special bottle of water that's just for them.
Okay, question. What I tend to do without the follow-up, I will take a product that they are already selling. For example, Christina Ricci just came out with a brand new tarot deck. Shout out to Christina. And it's called Cat Full of Spiders.
Okay.
I pre-ordered it like 6 months ago. So
Okay.
I had it like the day it came out and did Instagram, TikTok, whatever.
Yep.
And all of her fans, well, not all of them, but like, I got a trickling of her fans, sharing it, reposting it, whatever. It was very helpful.
Yeah.
And I knew Christina would see it because she was following people that were sharing it and da-da-da. So is that something that is beneficial to a celebrity, even though they already have a campaign happening for that?
Okay, so that is great to lure them in to want to do a deal with you. Is that going to make them a lot of money? Absolutely not, right? Unless you had 100 million followers,
Right.
It's not going to make them much money, right? A couple customers buying, whatever. But what that did do, it brought her in your mind, and brought attention to her.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, Rochelle, this girl's interesting. It piqued her interest. Now you have an intro to go, hey, look, you see what I did here? I'm going to do a custom product for you now. And we're going to blow this up with my team. I have a huge team. I have tons of people like me, and we're going to blow this out of the water for you. We're going to do something custom for you, right?
Right.
But what you did was creative. You got her attention, which is hard to get these high-level people's attention.
Right.
So that was very creative what you did, and you could do that with other celebrities, right? Because if you want to work with them, guess what? So do 10,000 other people.
Right.
But you did something creative to get her attention, and now she's like, okay, I want to listen to Rochelle. She was kind of creative. I like what she did there. She got people talking about it. I'm gonna give this girl a meeting. Let me set up a meeting with Rochelle and see what she has to say.
Right.
You're gonna get that at least, right? And then that's where you got to prepare for that meeting and close it, right? But that got you that little nudge, and that was creative. So yes, those are things you need to do to get the attention of those people. But is that going to make them rich? No, but it's going to get you a potential meeting to close a deal.
I want to talk about something else as far as posting, because I think a lot of us, including myself, we are super hung up on how many likes a post will get. It's like embarrassing if you don't hit 1,000 likes. Most people are averaging 1,000 likes and like 100 comments if they have a legitimate following, which a lot of people don't. When I am looking at your social media, you are posting and posting and posting and posting, and your priority is not about the likes or the comments. Your priority is about getting the information out to the people. So what is your opinion? Because here's the issue for performers and artists is like when people are looking to sign a band or looking to cast an actor for something, they are looking at how many followers do you have, they are looking at engagement.
Yeah.
So when do we draw the line with the obsession with how many likes each post is getting?
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe in providing value, right? And one thing I learned from the speakers of last month, Stro, I don't know if you're paying attention when Stro was talking, but Stro, he's responsible for over 50 billion, with a B, views on the internet. He's worked with the biggest celebrities in the world, right?
Yeah.
And he knows marketing. He's all, David, all I do is spend 12 hours a day looking at Instagram, Facebook ads all day and posts and how I can make things go viral. And that's all he does, right?
Wow.
And so he's an expert. And the one thing I got from him in that talk a week ago was all, David, it's authenticity. It doesn't matter. The most important thing, if you're authentic, people will know. And if you're kind of just talking to just kind of put numbers up, people could tell. And I follow this guy named Wes Watson. You probably don't know who he is. He's an entrepreneur guy. This guy cusses at his followers. He's like, you guys are all fucking lazy. You suck. You guys need to freaking work out. You guys all suck. You guys are lazy. He's calling out his audience. but he's being authentic. That's how he talks.
Yeah.
And this guy is just growing and growing and growing like this every month. And he talks crap to his audience, but his audience eats it up.
Right.
Why? Because he's just being authentic.
Yeah.
The guy was in jail for 10 years, and this is how he talked in jail. Right?
Well, some of us thrive on abuse, let me tell you. I mean, I grew up, my mom ran 3 dance studios, so I grew up with like teachers literally just yelling at us all day. So
But my whole point is he's being authentic.
Yes.
That's how he talked in jail for 10 years.
Right.
And that's how he talks on social media. And people could tell that this is not a show. This is how this dude is.
It's so funny that you bring that up because my man over here sent me a reel, I think it was last night or the night before or whatever, and it was an A&R who works for a major label, and he's like, oh, you guys want the secret to like why we're signing people? He's like, if you're not willing to perform for 4 people, you're a loser. If you're not willing to post your song 100 times in a row, you're a loser. Like, and he went down the list of all of the busy work that artists don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is definitely an artist issue because it is like a lot of it is up to us. There was one artist I had on and he said, I moved back in with my parents during lockdown and I just put my head down and focused on my Instagram and TikTok. And now he's at like 500,000 followers because he like just fucking focused. And it's like, it's so hard because most of us have ADHD.
She's raising her hand.
Yeah, and I'm convinced a lot of artists have a touch of autism as well.
Yeah.
So how do we get focused? We have our action items and our list of goals. Like, how do you focus?
Focusing is, I tell people, you have a list of 20 things. Just do one at a time. Don't even look at the second one until the first one's done.
Yeah.
You know, people look at their big list, they get overwhelmed, and they're like, oh my God, what do I do first? No. Who cares about your list? Just get one done first. Mm-hmm. And that one, after you finish one, it starts giving you momentum. And then when you get the second one done, you get more momentum.
Yep.
And it's not just momentum, it's confidence. Why are you so confident at singing? Because you practice. You probably do it when you're in the shower. You probably do it when you're in the kitchen. You probably do it when you're alone. You do it when you're driving, right? You're doing it all damn day. So when you go sing in a performance, you've done this 1,000 times. You're confident as hell. You're like, I'm gonna kill this, right? And that's the same thing with your tasks. Mm-hmm. After you get, it's like anything. After 21 days, everything turns into a habit. So if you do the same task for 21 days in a row, after that, it turns into a habit.
Yes.
It's like, do you brush your teeth every day?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because you've been doing it for more than 21 days in a goddamn row, right? Do you go to the bathroom every day? Yes. It's a guy, right? The things you do, right? They're habits, right?
Yeah.
I work every goddamn day, and I never take a goddamn day off. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? I'm just going to work every day because that's all I know.
Right.
That's all I do, 7 days a week.
I want to talk about this too. Okay, so many questions. We're just going to one thing at a time, Rochelle. One thing at a time. Hot High Priestess, what I'm holding here, she's 23 years old, okay? This is from her book, The Miracle Journal.
Okay.
She is now a millionaire.
Awesome.
At 23 years old.
Freaking awesome.
But she was born with the Tony Robbins gene, okay? Like, she can talk you into whatever the hell she's selling on Instagram within like 10, 15 seconds.
Freaking
you know?
awesome.
And she starts every reel with, if you're seeing this, it is not a coincidence. And let me tell you why, bitch. Like,
okay, she's good.
You know, she's so good. I was listening to her podcast the other day and she's like, I know what you guys do when sales are down. You lose enthusiasm, you stop posting as much, you get all insecure, and you're not on your A game. But when sales are up, you're posting and you're excited about your business and you can't wait to talk about it and you're doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing. And she's like, when sales are down, you have to convince yourself I'm going to make tenfold next quarter or whatever. Like the work that I'm doing right now will, you know, flourish and thrive. And you have to just like stay on that high vibration. I think another issue is we do not see results. We're not, a lot of artists, you know, you post and Instagram's like, oh, congratulations for posting your like 7,640 second.
Yeah.
And you're like, how have I still made almost no money, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do you stay in like a high energy mindset and continue to do the work?
It's scary, but every billionaire, everyone that's worth millions of dollars, we've all, I don't know if you know baseball terminology, but we're all taking swings at the plate, right?
Yeah.
It only takes that one hit. Just like the Dodgers won the World Series just now.
Yeah.
Just took one hit and they won the World Series, right?
Yeah.
It only takes one song that goes viral and that opens all these doors. It only takes one post. It might be a post that you only get 5 views, but it might have went to the creator of Warner Brothers or someone that follows you and it's like, oh, this girl would be perfect for this movie. This girl would be perfect for this video.
Yeah.
So maybe it might be a post that does garbage, but there's that one person on the audience that might change your life.
Yeah.
So don't think of it like when I post, I get some posts I barely get any views.
Yep.
I'm posting to get content out for people.
Yeah.
And if my content, if I change one person's life and I get a thank you, that's worth to me $1 million.
Right.
Like, David, you taught me something. I started this business with someone. Now I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's huge for me. That's worth way more than 10,000 million views.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So in business, you're going to get these ups and downs and you're going to be frustrated and you're going to be like, what do I do? Right? But it only takes that one break. Think about it. Every celebrity, Rock, you know who Rock is, right? It only took one break for him in the UFC, and that thing changed his life.
Yeah.
The guy goes, hey, I'm going to pay you. I think its story was like $10,000 to see. He's all right. And that one $10,000, now he's one of the richest men in the world.
Yep.
You know, just one break. You're going to have that one break. She had that one break.
Yeah.
Like, it only takes one, so you got to keep on swinging.
Right. And she's like, I'm not the smartest. I'm not the most talented. She's like, I just kept posting. And at the time she was actually dating someone who was telling her that her content was stupid. And she's like, I posted anyway. And then it hit. So that is so true. And it is what keeps me going. Like the other day, like I just started the page for Monetized Music, which is like our new musical project for TV and film. And like now we're doing live shows. It's kind of like it's its own animal now.
Yeah.
We didn't really anticipate creating a band and doing live shows, but now it's happening.
Okay.
One of the biggest A&R music supervisors followed me on Twitter a couple weeks ago.
That's huge.
And we're talking Yellow Jackets, Wednesday, the biggest TV shows. And it's because we followed her on Instagram. We started looking up the top music supervisors and started following them. And
good.
You know, it's little things like that I know it works because people are looking and people want you to be the next thing because everyone's looking for it. So it's like they want you to do well.
Trust me.
They're looking. Yeah,
what you're doing is right. Like, if you're not following people you want to work with, you're an idiot. Yeah. Like whoever you want to do business with, you should 1,000% be following them.
Yeah.
And you might think it's a video that you think is awful, they might love. Or maybe it's the scene, or they're thinking movies, or they're thinking, oh, this girl would be perfect for that, or she, you know what I mean? So.
Right.
Everyone that you want to do business with, you should follow.
Yeah.
And yes, and if you're going to DM them, because you want to DM them, right? I get DM'd all day, every day. People want to do business with me. Every day. Hey, Dave, I can do this, I can do it. But the smart ones are the ones that provide value and don't ask anything in return yet. They're like, hey, David, look at this video I edited for you. Look at this, what I did for you.
Right.
Because right? They're trying to get to this level, so they
Yeah.
need to do something that's going to impress me.
Right.
So anytime you're DMing someone, make sure it's short, because none of us have time to read a freaking book,
Yeah.
right? Get directly to the point and how it's going to benefit them, never you.
Right.
You know, so I'm working on a project right now. I'm trying to land Home Depot as a client.
Wow.
This is a $1 billion company, right? So I'm talking to Home Depot how I could. You're doing great with you're selling your products, but your gardening service suck. Your plants, you guys are like probably the bottom in that competition. I'm going to make you number one.
Wow.
And that's going to double the size of your business. You're going to have more people come. Now you're going to have more contractors coming in buying more supplies. Because I'm showing how it's going to benefit Home Depot, right? Not how it's going to benefit. Of course, I'm going to make money, but it's all about them.
Yep.
So that's how when you DM people, when you do things, always make it about them, never about you.
Amen. For sure. Yes. And actually know something about the person.
Yes.
Not just because they're famous, but like you got to know why they're a big deal.
Yeah. Like, do you guys know who Gary Vee is?
Yes.
Okay. So Gary Vee, everyone knows he's a huge New York Jets fan, right?
Yeah.
So some guys, like, to get it, everyone knows that now, right? So you can't just send, New York Jet stuff, right? But if you do like a marketing creative, maybe with the Jets, and how Gary Vee could be tied in and how he could grow maybe one of his businesses, that'd be a way to get his attention.
Or how my cousin Jeff Ulbrich is one of the coaches for the Jets.
Well, there you go. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Like, you need to be creative. Like, my friend landed my brother, because my brother's a CPA. He has a tax company. Everyone knows my brother's a huge Dodger fan. My brother's had Dodger season tickets for 20 years. So this guy, to get my brother's business, would send my brother Dodger bobbleheads. Because he knows my brother. He found out that my brother collects these.
Oh.
So he sent him all the ones that my brother didn't have. So he got a phone call with my brother because of that.
Yep.
So you got to do that extra mile, do that research on that person. If you want to get into Warner Brothers or some, whoever, go, okay, this guy likes this, he likes that. Okay, I got to do something creative that I know he'll like.
Yep.
So, and that's what 99% of people don't do.
Yeah. The other day, shout out to Letters to Cleo, which is a band from, the song I Want You to Want Me. It's like a rock song.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. And, God, what's her name? 10 Things I Hate About You, that movie.
Oh, yeah. I know that girl.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so
100%.
we just performed. You were at the show at NoHo House, right?
Yeah.
One of the owners, Clay, his wife is that band, Letters to Cleo.
Oh, okay.
So I went on their website and bought a shirt, and I was like, can you please have Kay sign this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
That's like legendary.
right. But also she's an A&R, she writes for Disney, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a respect thing too. Not only do I know who you are, can you sign the merch? Because that's what I want people to do for my brand. Like, I want people to buy my shirt and be like, hey, can you sign it? Or, and I've had a couple of super fans do it already. This is exactly what we want, is just people to actually do the damn thing and follow through and like really show that you're a fan of what the person is doing. Definitely great advice. I want to know about websites like Fiverr. Can I go on there and hire a young kid to run ads, or what?
100%. So you can run, there's all these websites now. There's Fiverr, there's just so many job sites now where there's independent contractors out there from all around the world, right? So 270 countries around the world, all these independent contractors where labor's cheaper in a lot of different countries, right? And if it's for like a small project, yes, Fiverr's great, right? But if you're looking for someone to run your ad campaign, you want to hire an agency. But these agencies aren't expensive now. Why? Because there's thousands of them. And for them to compete with the other 1,000 agencies, they all have to drop their prices. It's just supply and demand, right? When there's too many agencies and not enough people that need them, their prices drop, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's happening right now. So you can get a digital marketing agency that knows about creators and artists and building their brands and getting them deals find those agencies, and they'll charge you probably 10% of the marketing spend. So let's say you spend $3,000 a month in ads. They'll charge you $300,
Yeah.
which is nothing. And guess what's going to happen? Those $300 you're going to pay them, right? You're going to learn so much about marketing. You're going to learn about creatives. You're going to learn, you're actually getting paid to get educated. And now you're going to be able to apply that education to your social media posts.
Right.
Because right now you're just posting on social media. You're probably doing pretty good. But what now if you have a marketing brain behind that? Because
Right.
you've learned from these digital marketing agencies how much better your posts are going to go. How many more views you're going to get. How many more followers you're going to get. Because now you're going to have the marketing side of your brain besides your creative side.
Right.
You need both. You know, it's like I have the marketing side, but I'm not that good at the creative side. So I have
Right.
my editors, and those people do the creative side.
Yeah.
I have the marketing business side.
Yeah. I think for me, the blueprint is Alex Cooper, the host of Call Her Daddy. It's Whitney Cummings, the host of Good For You. It's Heather McDonald, the host of Juicy Scoop. Like, I'm looking at the women that are running the top podcasts, and I'm like, how similar am I to them? Yes, I'm my own thing. I'm super unique. But also, what are they doing that's working? And, you know, it's been like a year and a half of running House of Royale. And so I think the last and final key is running ads, period.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, my demographic is like mostly women, like 25 to 45. And I'm just like right there in that sweet spot of like, okay, now let's set it on fire.
And you gotta, when you're running ads, you gotta have something to sell them, right? If you're just running ads to get people to your podcast and your podcast isn't monetized with ad revenue, you're gonna lose money. And I suggest you not to do that, right? You need to have a product or service to sell. So let's say you spend $3,000 a month in ads, right? And you have a product or service, something you're selling that creates $4,000 in sales. That's great. You're making money. It's not a lot of money, right? You're making $1,000. You're spending $3,000. You're making $4,000, but your name's getting out there. So next month you'll probably spend $3,000, and then next month you'll probably make $5,000. Your name's getting more out there. You're getting more subscribers. You're getting more followers. And it's just going to grow and grow over time. You're not going to hit a home run your first month. It's not going to happen.
Right. So, okay. For products, for a podcast, I mean, we have the merch and then we have music. So is that not...
Yeah.
Do we
good.
need a different type of product?
So focus on your music, right? Your merch, anything related to things that in the music space, right? Maybe it's a subscription to, you know, you recording. Like, hey, this is me training. I'm going to give you access to this. Only the people that are subscribed to my monthly membership that pay $97 a month, you're going to actually see me rehearsing. You're going to see the behind the scenes.
Right.
Right. And you give them behind the scenes access for $97 or whatever. I'm just throwing a number out there.
Well, yeah, like for Patreon, for example, like I have paying patrons, which is amazing. Like when I first started my Patreon, I was like, who the fuck? No one's going to sign up for this. But people actually do because they love the show. And so it's like, okay, that would be something that I would definitely promote is like, look, you can join for free, but with the membership, here's what you get. So I'm already selling that.
Okay, good.
And then the website store is connected to Printful instead of Shopify. I was going to have a guy, he was like, look, pay me $300. I'll set up your Shopify and I'll help you sell your product. I then talked to someone else and she's like, I know him, don't do it. I don't trust him.
Okay.
So I didn't do it.
Okay.
And I signed up with Printful instead, and now I have nobody running my shit. So what is the suggestion there? Is Shopify better?
So I have a Shopify store. I have my own proprietary stores as well. But Shopify, the great thing about it, it's easy. And it's all done for you. Templates are done for you. It's literally drag and drop. Upload a couple pictures here, your products, your SKUs, shopping carts built. Everything's done for you.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cheap. It's like $30 a month. Right? So it's cheap. Everything's built for you, the merchant processing. But yes, if you're not a website person, you're going to have someone manage it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want to probably focus on singing and doing that?
Well, no, I mean, I know how to do it all now because I
Okay.
did it all myself.
Okay.
So like I set up I just added another piece of merchandise from Printful to the website. So I
Okay.
know how to do it.
Okay. So that's good. So knowing how to do it is one thing, right? But you also want it to sell, right?
Right.
So you need someone that is going to be able to look at the website and go, okay, that picture sucks. The headline's awful. Your price point's not good. Where are your upsells? I don't see any upsells. What's your confirmation email say? Do you have any email newsletters going out following up with these people?
Right.
There's all these things where you're leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
Right? You're spending all this time getting people to your store, people to your podcast, people to your social media handle. You need to monetize all those leads that come in.
Yeah.
Right? That's when running ads makes sense. You don't want to start running ads until you have these things in place.
Yep.
Like when I run ads, I have email in place. I have newsletter. I have emails that come into the people that didn't buy. They came, they didn't buy. I collected their email. I keep on re-engaging with them every month, every week, every 3 times a week. And then the people that did buy, I keep on emailing them, SMSing them to sell them other products or services that I have.
Right.
Right. So that's just email and SMS. I'm doing retargeting on my ads, retargeting them. So you know how when you go, you see something online, let's say you're on Amazon, all of a sudden you see someone, you were looking for, let's say, boots.
Yeah.
And you'll notice how the next time you're on your computer, you'll be seeing ads for boots.
Yeah.
You're like
Nonstop. It's insane.
Right.
Nonstop.
That's called retargeting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So these are all the things you need to have in place.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have retargeting, SMS, email, even phone,
Yeah.
right? I have my call center agents, when leads come in, we collect their phone number. We call them and turn them into sales. Hey, Rochelle, I know you were at my website. I know you wanted to sign up for I know you were interested in my clothing. You didn't buy. I have 20% discount, and I have a 25% discount to my monthly membership. How would you
Right.
like to sign up today?
Yeah.
Right? So you got to have all this in before you start running ads, because if you don't, you're just going to be running ads and losing money.
Yep.
So make sure you kind of build the funnels first, then run ads.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm ready, everyone. So get ready for my motherfucking ad campaign coming out next week. Well, let's wrap it up with a message to all of the people out there who need encouragement. And also make sure you guys go to David's website and please buy a ticket. thegrowthtalks.com. It's incredible. I loved it. It was amazing. The red carpet, the people. It's just like, how long have you been running that event?
I just started a year ago. It's only been 12 months.
Cool.
So 12 months, I started it. I wanted to kind of give value back. There wasn't a good networking event with entrepreneurs in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And I was like, every time I had to go somewhere, I had to fly on a plane to New York, or I had to go to Miami, or I was like, there's nothing in LA that's really good.
Right.
So I was like, I want to do it here. I do it at my home in Beverly Hills. It's entrepreneurs, people like you, successful people that want to grow and network. It's once a month. My next one is Wednesday, December 4th.
Okay.
Also, one thing you could do for your audience, if they go to davidrivero.com, my website, subscribe to my free ebook. It's called
Yes.
it's called Monetized Like Millionaires. This ebook is less than 10 pages long, because I didn't want to have 300 pages of fluff like all the other authors, right? And there's only like 5 good pages of good information. I condensed it. I put all the juice in less than 10 pages.
Yeah.
In less than 30 minutes. You're probably going to learn more in less than 30 minutes than you'll learn in probably reading 10 books in 5 years.
Okay.
So get the ebook. Go to davidrivero.com. Subscribe to it. And I want to thank you for having me on your podcast. You know,
I have a flight Wednesday morning, 8:30 a.m., and I am going to be reading David's ebook on the airplane.
there you go.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here and sharing the information, because there's so many people that gatekeep that don't talk about how to do these things. And I'm just so grateful that you're just out here helping all of us. So thank you.
No problem. No, thank you for having me. I'm pumped that I'm here, and I know you're going to blow up. Just keep on doing what you're doing. And like I said, you only need to be lucky once. That's what Mark Cuban
Amen.
says, that owns the freaking Dallas Mavericks. He's all, I just got lucky once, and that's why I'm a billionaire.
Woo!
That's all it takes.
Amen. Praise, bless, hallelujah. Woo! Bye, you guys. Love you. Mwah.